Welcome back. Back to school shopping is now in full effect.
This year's annual tax-free weekend is upon us. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo has more on what local families need to know to save some big bucks at the cash register.
Well, guys, this holiday comes at the perfect time for many on the Sun Coast as school starts in less than 2 weeks in Sarasota and Manatee counties. Parents are just wanting to take advantage of the savings they can get throughout the weekend. At Ellington Premium Outlets, the pace is starting to pick up.
We already started seeing several shoppers walking around the center, carrying several bags, carrying many items that they need for back to school.
For many of these shoppers, budgeting is of the utmost importance.
I have 2 little ones at home, and they go through socks and shoes and stuff like that throughout the year, so it's good to come out and take advantage of the savings.
I have 4 kids, so to not take advantage of this weekend is crazy, and I hope they never take that benefit away from us.
A benefit called the Back to School Sales Holiday, approved by Governor Rick Scott. During the weekend, personal computers priced up to $750 are exempt. It also applies to most school supplies selling for $15 or less per item. Most clothing and footwear for $60 per item. From a teacher's perspective, this is a huge savings for families.
With the budget cutbacks that are happening now, the dollars are more and more important. Some schools have uniforms, others don't. You want your child to look nice, but now this is cost effective to get the kids ready.
While area stores and malls like Ellington offer promotions, giving shoppers even more of an incentive to take advantage.
We know that we were going to be very busy throughout the entire weekend, and we expect to see several families walk around.
Projected savings throughout the weekend are expected to hit more than $30 million. Reporting in Ellington, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
More than 100,000 Florida students are currently enrolled in the state's main private school voucher program. Step Up for Students, the largest organization that administers the program, says this year's target enrollment for the coming school year is 102,000, and the group expects to hit that number in the next few days. Florida's Tax Credit Scholarship Program is the state's largest private school voucher program. It's used primarily by low-income families and families sending their children to religious schools. The vouchers are funded by corporations, which in turn receive tax credits.
As Florida University and college students return to campus this month, many will benefit from a major expansion of need-based financial aid. In an effort to reduce the amount owed by students who will go to college this year, Florida's main program will expand to cover nearly 235,000 people this year. That nearly doubles last year's numbers. Students will receive an average grant of more than $1,100, which does not have to be repaid. The expansion will also provide $3,300 per year to 37,000 students who are attending private colleges and universities in Florida.
Every extra dollar that we can put into that student's bank account, if you will, enables them to continue pursuing their degree and get done on time. They get done on time, they're in the workforce faster.
Projections show more than 46,000 university and college students in Florida who qualify as academic scholars under Florida's Bright Futures program will have all of their tuition and fees covered this year, while last year's top Bright Futures scholarship only covered about half of those fees. Great news for a lot of students. Well, Music on Main now about to get underway. Dozens of people lining the streets in Lakewood Ranch for live music and entertainment tonight.
That's right. You might want to bring the sunscreen if you're heading out there, though. ABC 7's chief meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now from the event with more. Hello, Bob.
That's right. Stay hydrated out there. Hello, everyone. I'll tell you, we are looking at a nice night, though. Not much rain in the forecast, which is a rarity for this time of year. So the Click Band is going to have a nice ride, so to speak, and so will you. So come on out to Lakewood Ranch for Music on Main, free concert right here. And I just happened to bump into this gentleman right here, Michael Glass, who said he was out playing golf today at Lakewood National, and you got something interesting today.
Yes, Bob, I got actually a heat check. I've had the rain checks and lightning checks, but today I got a heat check because it was so hot today.
So that's kind of nice that the course offered that. It was so hot, they said, you know, instead of getting in danger there, we'll give you a heat check.
Exactly. Well, it was touching 100 degrees out there. It's a little inland, so it was awfully nice of him.
Mike Glass, if you don't know it, he's does some voiceover work. He also did a business show, and you do the weather. Give me a quick weather forecast.
Great Sarasota weather, partly cloudy through tonight. High today 90, low tonight 78.
You got it right on target. Good job, man. Good job. Appreciate it. I'll tell you what, a heat check. I never heard that one before, but
That's the first time I ever got one.
I like that, yeah. Anyway, we're looking at generally fair skies tonight. Things looking pretty good. For Music on Main, temperatures, they're comfortable. It's not too bad. The shade of the buildings falling across most of the road now, so that is not a problem. Well, much more on our extended forecast. Let you know about the tropics and let you know about some fishing going on too in Manatee County. All that coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you guys.
All right, looks like you guys are having a fun time out there. We'll check back in with you shortly. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is investigating the death of an inmate. Deputies found 33-year-old Brandon Husky unresponsive in his cell just after midnight last night. Attempts to revive him were not successful. Deputies say the cause of death appears to be natural, but the medical examiner's office is investigating. Husky was arrested just last night on violating park hours.
The Florida Supreme Court is warning Floridians of widespread phone and email scams seeking to trick people into paying money. These scams appear to heavily target those with limited English language skills, the elderly, healthcare workers, and relatives of people who have recently died. One scam emails healthcare workers about a healthcare service violation, while a separate scam targets Spanish speakers in South Florida. A third involves heirs of an estate who must pay an upfront tax to receive payment. Court officials advise that state courts in Florida do not make initial contact by email or phone to ask people to appear before a judge or to pay money. For these things, people are either told in person or through the mail.
In Washington tonight, the Department of Justice is announcing new measures to crack down on leaks. This as we learn more about the investigation into allegations of collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. ABC's Emily Rao is in Washington with the very latest.
I have this warning for would-be leakers: don't do it.
The Trump White House plagued by leaks for months, but now the Department of Justice vowing to crack down.
We will not allow rogue anonymous sources with security clearances to sell out our country.
The FBI creating a new unit to focus specifically on media leaks. The effort ramping up after the Washington Post published 52 pages of transcripts of the president's private conversations with key foreign leaders. White House counselor Kellyanne Conway reacted on Fox News.
Leaking the phone calls between our president and other heads of states is nothing short of a national disgrace.
As the president's cabinet works to plug the holes, special counsel Robert Mueller convening a grand jury to dig deeper into the allegations of collusion between the Russian government and the Trump campaign.
It's the ability to get witnesses to come in and testify under oath. It's the ability to get documents.
And President Trump seizing the moment to blast the Russia investigation in front of an enthusiastic crowd of supporters in West Virginia.
We didn't win because of Russia. We won because of you. That I can tell you.
Starting today, vacation for President Trump. He leaves Washington to spend the next 17 days at his golf club in New Jersey. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
The man who drew criticism 2 years ago for unapologetically raising the price of an AIDS drug has now been found guilty of securities fraud and conspiracy. Martin Shkreli was convicted of 2 counts of securities fraud and a single count of conspiracy to commit securities fraud. The verdict coming on the 5th day of deliberations in Brooklyn. As the CEO of Turing Pharmaceuticals, Shkreli raised the price of an AIDS drug from $13.50 a pill to $750 per pill. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, with temperatures heating up, the risk for sunburn in Florida is especially high.
But what about your babies? Is it okay to use sunscreen on your little ones? We'll have the answer coming up.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. The chemotherapy drug Taxotere has been linked to permanent alopecia or permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. The FDA has urged doctors and the manufacturer to warn women administered Taxotere of the risk of permanent hair loss. If you or a loved one were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and suffered permanent hair loss, you may have a right to a cash award and medical expenses. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows, what matters most to you? We found what matters is high performance. Our customers want energy-efficient windows built for Florida weather. Windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Our customers want windows that reflect their life, their lifestyle. Windows that will last a lifetime. We listen to our customers, and as a result, we're growing. So if you're looking to replace your windows, stop here at New South Window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. It's time to shop till you drop for back-to-school fashions. We'll talk trends, plus a Suncoast singing star and Oakenstone in the kitchen. Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Welcome back. 5:41 this evening. Should you be slathering sunscreen on your baby? Well, experts at the American Academy of Pediatrics say the answer might surprise you. With this Medical Minute, here's ABC News correspondent Maggie Rulli.
Your family vacation or just a summer day in the park. You take out the sunscreen and line up the kids. But wait, should you put it on your baby? Experts at the American Academy of Pediatrics and the Food and Drug Administration want you to try a few other things first. They say children under 6 months should be kept out of the sun entirely. The next best thing, covering them up. Lightweight long pants, long sleeve shirts, and brimmed hats. If you can't keep your baby out of the sun or covered, then pediatrics say it's okay to use a small amount of sunscreen with at least 15 SPF. What's the big deal with sunscreen on babies? Well, they have a lot more skin relative to their weight than older children and adults do. Large amounts of sunscreen may expose them to higher levels of toxic chemicals. So maybe what you should do is buy them a summertime outfit, a hat to match those cute baby sunglasses. Who doesn't love an excuse for another baby outfit? With this Medical Minute, I'm Maggie Rulli, ABC News.
Now to your Suncoast traffic watch. That earlier block along eastbound lanes on Fruitville Road now appears to have been cleared up. As for drivers heading northbound on I-75, we're seeing some congestion just past University Parkway. Let's go back out to music on Main at Lakewood Ranch to check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Good evening, Bob. How is it out there?
It's good. It's the dog days of summer right here. We have Oliver and Sydney, right? Oliver on the camera left, and on the right here is Sydney. And what is your name?
Liz.
And what's your name?
Gordy.
Gordy, are you guys regulars here at Music on Main?
We are. We love it.
I see the Gamble Creek sticker
yes.
there too. So you guys follow all the bands around?
We do.
Rocket and Rollers from Michigan, right?
From Michigan, yes.
You've been down here how long now?
8 years.
8 years?
Yep.
How do you like the summers?
They're hot, but we've got, as long as you have a pool.
Yeah, don't let everyone know that. They'll be staying here all summer long now. The roads are already busy.
Way too busy.
I like Sydney. Sydney's a good dog. You guys got some ice for Sydney right now to keep him cool, and some water, and Oliver's sitting right by to protect it. Not going far. We have some great music coming up with the Click Band coming up just a few minutes, but I want to get to the weather real quickly and show you what's going on. Lakewood Ranch is showing pretty nice weather. In fact, looking up right from my vantage point, which these fine folks gave me a seat. Thank you very much for that. I needed it. It's been a long day. There's a few clouds up there right now. Not many storms around, and it looks like it will stay pretty quiet too as far as that goes. Radar picture shows some rain to the north of us. It's been there pretty much all day. That's the trough of low pressure that was kind of a cold front there a couple of days ago. It's backed up now just as a trough of low pressure. Now the radar picture closer showing not a lot going on here. The big picture, high pressure dominating the weather with sunshine for the most part over South Florida and throughout the Bahamas. Current temperatures right now, it's upper 80s. The dew point temperature in the low 70s to mid 70s up and down the coast. We have a bit of a east to southeast wind right now. And as far as temperatures go, we're looking at generally cooler where it's raining. And the winds now, let's slow it down just a little bit there. We have winds coming out of the east to south overnight and then southwest later on in the day. The hourly forecast is calling for a few showers possible tomorrow, but not much. Most of the rain will be well to the north of us, and it looks as though we will see a better chance for some scattered storms moving on in by Monday and Tuesday of next week. And it could be a little bit stronger there. Now let's stay in the tropics here and show you what's happening. We have a couple of systems we're watching, one in the Eastern Caribbean and another in the Atlantic. Now these two have a real good chance developing over the next 5 days. In fact, the disturbance number 1 out in the Atlantic, that's the one that we have to watch. The indications are that that could go almost anywhere once it gets close to the islands there in the Caribbean. So we'll keep an eye on that one. The one down south of us in the Caribbean, it looks like it's going to pass to our south. Because of that big high pressure that's over us right now, it should keep it well to our south and kind of feed it off toward Texas and Mexico. And it could be over land so long that it may not be a big storm. But that one out into the Atlantic could be a little bit more interesting to watch. We'll have to keep an eye on that all throughout next week. The satellite and radar over the U.S. showing not a whole lot going on over the southeast with the exception of that trough. Now, as far as the temperatures go, and it's much cooler over the northern plain states. Some cool air has moved on, but still very hot out to the west. Boaters, winds, again, not all that strong tomorrow. Seas will be less than 2 feet and a light chop on the bays and inland waters. We're moving along here. Tides now on your screen. Sunset occurring just after 8 o'clock tonight. And the forecast tonight calling for fair skies for the most part. It will be warm. Lows will be in the upper 70s, a little bit above average, but nice out here in the shade. It's not bad at all. A little breeze moving through. And then tonight, tomorrow I should say, we'll look for sunny skies to partly cloudy conditions. High temperatures warming into the upper 80s near the beaches, low 90s in the inland areas. The extended forecast is calling for a chance for showers, again, only at 30% on Saturday and Sunday, with a much better chance for showers and storms moving in to start the work week. So it'll be after the weekend, so that looks good. We're kicking it off really nice here on Friday. Music on Main right here in Lakewood Ranch. You know what? I had a chance to check out some fishing, not do a whole lot because of Emily. Here's more.
The pier has been here for over 100 years, and it's one of Florida's finest. People from all over the world have made the trek out here to fish, eat, or just take the 700-foot walk to see the beautiful sights. Gloria, who's made an appearance on the show before, was calling it a day after catching a few earlier.
I caught one mangrove snapper, one mackerel keeper.
She's usually here nearly every day beginning at 6 a.m. and she usually catches the most. She was so nice she even found time to help this angler from Wales to catch some bait as he was just starting to fish. This place just puts you in a good mood. It's a real peaceful place where people from all around the world come to relax and, yes, fish, like this family from Scotland was doing.
That's why we're here. It's one of the reasons why we're here, and they waited all year to come back, and they love it. Yeah. They love it, and even if they don't catch anything, they still love it. Love it more when they catch something, of course, but...
While they came from across the Atlantic, these two only head across the state from Jacksonville to spend some quality time together, catch some fish, and perhaps memories. If you head out here, make sure you stop by the refreshment center and say hi to Brian Blaine, who will rent you a rod for $3 an hour and give you some fishing tips and perhaps pour you a cold one.
There's nothing to know. Fish straight down. Fish straight down because the fish like the structure of the pier.
It's not always about catching, but catching up with the ones you love. By the way, the whole time I was out there, I did not see one cell phone being used. As the saying goes, remember, take a kid fishing, because someday they may take you.
It's good to get away from the machines. You know, I've got 3 of them working right now to get this live shot going. But Arena now joins me, who's the better half of one of the band members here. Who do you know there?
I know Dave Becker, the rhythm guitarist.
And you're a teacher, I understand.
I am. Today was my first day back to school.
And where's it?
Gene Witt Elementary in Manatee County.
Oh yeah, I've talked to him. I've got a couple talks there. Yep. What do you think of your husband? How's he play?
Oh, he's awesome. He's fantastic.
What were you going to say? He's right here.
I was going to say, don't give up your day job, but he is fantastic.
He's a lawyer too, right?
He is a lawyer, but he's great. The click is awesome.
$20. Perfect. Well, we're going to have a great time here listening to some good music here. I see you got the front row. They play pretty good, though, I heard.
Oh, they're fabulous. Yeah. I wouldn't lie. I'm a teacher.
Okay, there we go. Back to you guys.
Bob, thanks so much, and I loved your Gone Fishing story tonight. Awesome.
More
jobs may be coming to the United States with 2 Japanese automakers preparing to open a new factory together. Toyota and Mazda building a $1.6 billion facility to create crossover vehicles and Toyota Corollas. The new plan is expected to create about 4,000 jobs. There's no word yet on the exact location of that new plant, but it should be up and running by the year 2021.
Well, you could save some money on shipping this year. FedEx announcing that it will not add surcharges for packages shipped during the busy holiday season. The move gives the company a boost as it looks to win a larger share of shipping for the millions of items that will be purchased online. The announcement comes just 2 months after rival UPS announced new surcharges that will affect shipments near Black Friday in the holidays.
Pretty soon you may no longer see donuts in the name Dunkin' Donuts. The chain is not getting rid of its bakery treats, but Dunkin' Brands, the parent company of Dunkin' Donuts, is thinking about losing half of its name. A new location in Pasadena, California will simply be called Dunkin', a move a company is calling a test. Final decision on whether it will change its name at all, stores that it owns across the country, will not be made until late next year.
I think I know a lot of people who just refer to it up north as Dunkin'.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, they serve more than donuts.
Oh, yeah.
And people love their coffee. So,
very true.
Yeah, makes some sense. Entertainment news is coming up.
For many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetzy. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice: choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Big music festival in Chicago did not get off to a good start after hundreds of people had to be evacuated from the event due to weather.
The four-day festival Lollapalooza kicked off under a mix of clouds and sun, and the rain causing some music goers to head for the exits a little early. Chance the Rapper, The Killers, Muse, and Arcade Fire headlining this year's event. The music festival runs through Sunday with over 170 acts booked. And singer Taylor Swift is expected to be in a Denver courtroom on Monday to testify in a disc jockey's civil lawsuit. Pre-trial legal documents say Swift will testify that David Mueller groped her backstage at one of her concerts in 2013. Mueller lost his job. The radio station that employed him says he violated their morality clause of his contract. Now Mueller is suing Swift, the singer's mother, and others, saying they falsely accused him of sexual assault.
It's the end of an era for track and field. Usain Bolt plans to run his final races at the World Athletics Championships in London. The Jamaican sprinting legend is the current world record holder in both the 100 and 200 meters. He's also the first man to win 3 Olympic gold medals in the 100 meters. Bolt will run his last individual race in the final of the 100 meters tomorrow. And it appears Tiger Woods is keeping busy during his hiatus from competitive golf. Woods posting this photo on his Twitter page this morning, capturing a spiny lobster. It is the season's just underway. The photo comes more than a month after the golfer announced he was seeking professional help to manage medication for back pain and a sleep disorder. Back in May, the 41-year-old was arrested in Florida on suspicion of driving under the influence. He's had 4 operations on his back since 2014 that have kept him off of the golf course. Yes. But he's still active right there.
Yeah,
so
hopefully that'll help relieve some of that stress that maybe is helping build some of those problems up for him.
We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089, 800-329-3089.